guys, I have another first impression for you today, and I'm just noticing if the background looks a little messy, that's because it is. But I am doing a first impression on this foundation. Foundation is my favorite thing to do first impressions on because I just think that it usually works out well in the video. And I feel like usually after trying a foundation only once, I almost always have like a solid opinion of it. Rarely do I try a foundation once, hate it, and then try it again and again and again, start to love it, or vice versa, love it and then start to hate it. So I like doing these videos, hopefully you guys do too. But the foundation that I'm talking about is from the Sephora brand, and this is their Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. And this foundation is supposed to be a dupe for the Dior Air Flash foundation, so it's kind of like in this aerosol can. You have to shake it up like this, and I think the point of the foundation is to spray it all over your face like an airbrush can. However, I will not be applying it like that. I just think that that is going to be way too messy. I want to read to you what it says as far as how the foundation is supposed to go on your face and also directions for applying it. Quick and easy professional airbrush results at home. Insta-blend pigment technology helps color blend seamlessly, creating a smooth, even, and flawless matte satin finish. Oil-free, 10-hour wear, waterproof, non-comedogenic, fragrance-free, dermatologically tested, formulated without parabens, formulated without mineral oil. And then for directions, it says shake well for 5 seconds before use, cover hair and close eyes and hold 10 inches away from face, pressing on nozzle and moving in circular motions, blend with brush, do not spray for more than 10 seconds, or spray directly under brush and buff it in. So that gives me a pretty good idea of the wear time. It says 10 hours. It says it's going to give a matte satin finish. It also says it's going to give an even and flawless finish, also smooth. It says that it blends seamlessly. So quite a few things that sound amazing. Hopefully it will work that way. My color is honey, and hopefully this matches me okay. It was a little bit tough to pick out my color at Sephora. Some of the shades were so light, like the strip here on the packaging was like white and like yellow, and I was like, is that like a correcting primer? No, it's just a really light foundation, so it's hard just to go by this. Luckily they did have testers, and that's the only thing that I was a little bit thrown off by, because I sprayed this one on my hand, and then I sprayed the one before it, and I sprayed the one after it, and that was supposed to be a little bit lighter and then a little bit darker, and they were like very light and then very dark. So it was like, why is there not, usually it's just a little bit darker, or a little bit lighter, you know what I mean? But this was kind of like it jumped from shade to shade, so I was kind of thrown off by that, so hopefully this will work. So I am going to apply this with my Beauty Blender. It does mention a brush, and hopefully the Beauty Blender won't soak up too much of the product because this is going to be kind of liquidy, but this is the type of applicator I like to use, and it is damp. It's a little bit stained from me using it yesterday, but I'm going to shake this for 5 seconds, and now I think I'm just going to spray some on the back of my hand and then dip the Beauty Blender in there and then start to apply it on my face. Okay, so that's what it looks like there. Kind of weird. It's pretty liquidy, but it looks very pigmented. So far, it does feel very lightweight. It's not going as far as I would like it to, as far as I'm feeling like I have to continually spray more and more on my hand. I don't know, it seems like I'm having to use a lot, but it is a very liquidy product. It is pigmented, but I don't feel like, wow, a little bit's going a long way. The color, I feel like, has a very reddish undertone, which is something I'm not really used to. I do feel like it's pretty tan, So I am blending it down my neck, as I do with most of my foundations. But I feel like it's pretty dark. Like, I think it's matching my neck and my chest okay, but I feel like I definitely need to make sure like my tan is kept up if I want to use this foundation. It is blending in pretty well. It is pretty dark. I mean, probably could have gone the shade below, but again, the shade below seemed like it was going to be way too light. So that is one pretty thin, even layer all over my face. Again, I do feel like the color is a little bit dark. I think I'm going to be okay and I'll be able to get away with it. But right now in the mirror, I'm wishing that I would have got one shade down. And I think it would have turned out better. But again, I'm not loving the color selection of this. But again, I think I'll get away with it, so that's pretty good. Coverage is good. I would say right now I feel like it's light to medium. More medium. It's definitely not full coverage, but I'm going to try to build it up because as you can see, I have like a post-acne mark right here. I have like a little post-acne mark right here, and I can still see those like very easily. The finish is, I would say, satin matte finish. It's not super powdery looking at all. It's definitely not luminous or glowy. It looks like skin. It really does. And I'm going to try to do another layer, at least on top of these areas where I need more coverage. I'm going to try to spray a little bit on my face and see how that looks and how it applies differently. Wow. Now, as you may be able to see, that definitely covered that spot. Oh, see, now that got all over my hair. But it did cover that mark as well. Okay, so I am kind of shocked right now because as you just saw, I sprayed some of it on my face rather than just spraying on my hand and then using the beauty blender, which is exactly what I was like, I'm not spraying this on my face. And two things. It definitely did get in my hair when I sprayed it like close to my hair, which is kind of like, well, obviously, what did you expect to happen? But I mean, that gave so much more coverage when I sprayed it directly on my face and then blended it lightly around the areas. And then I also, instead of like trying to blend it all the way down my neck, I was able to just kind of like lightly spray it, and it does not look streaky at all. It like totally looks like, okay, now that matches, because again, this is a little bit too dark, so spraying it on my neck, just like a light spritz, it doesn't look like, oh, it's dripping, it doesn't look streaky, it looks very like perfected. So I'm actually really impressed how that looked. I feel like I would have to wear like a shower cap in order to like spray this all over, but if I did want to do that, or if you want to do that, I feel like it gives really nice finish and really nice coverage. So I'm actually really impressed. The thing that I said that I was not going to do actually worked really, really well. I also did want to mention that I did use the two primers that I typically use. One is not actually a primer, but you guys have heard me talk about this before. This is the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. It's like an aftershave that I've been using as a primer. And then also this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, which I'm basically out of. I did not use any pore filling primers or anything. I do not see like any pores at all. It did not accentuate them whatsoever. So that's very good. But as far as staying power, just keep in mind that once I powder everything using the primer. And again, I always use a setting spray. I've said this in my videos so many times, but I always use a setting spray too, so that may and probably will help with the staying power of this foundation, but I'm just not going to leave the house without it. This is just how I do my makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and do my concealer, finish my makeup. I'll come back and let you guys know how everything applied on top of it. And so far, I'm really happy with it right now. Hey guys, I know, really awkward. I'm in the car. I'm actually taking my little babies to daycare. I wanted to film this inside, but I was kind of running late and I wanted to run out the door. So basically, this is what you're getting. But I am on my way to work now, and I wanted to let you know that the foundation actually still looks really good. I mean, it hasn't been that long since I last talked to you guys. All of my other makeup went on really well. The powders, I put on powder, I put on concealer, which kind of evened out the tone a little bit. I don't think that it looks like, wow, that girl's wearing really dark foundation or anything like that. I'm a little bit like, ooh, it looks really dark. Like, this is the darkest foundation that I own right now, and if I was like super, super tan everywhere else on my body, then I would be like, yeah, great, this matches, but I'm not super, super tan. So anyways, you can kind of see this like little mark here, which I'm not surprised. But other than that, the coverage is really good. Like I said, the powders went on really well. Nothing was patchy, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. So again, I like keep saying it, but my only complaint is the color right now. But it's not bad enough to where it's like, let me take all this off. So that is my check-in for now. I'm going to go about my day. I actually have a really long day ahead, and I will check in maybe one more time in the car when I get home. I'll see how I'm feeling. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you really soon. Bye. Okay guys, so it is 7:21, and I know I look like seriously crazy. It's raining out, and I got rained on like twice today. Welcome to Florida. But I have had this foundation on now for quite a few hours, and I did kind of on accident touch up. I was going to a pretty important meeting, so I like touched up my like nose area. Not that it really needed it. I did not get super oily or anything, but I was like about to go into a meeting, and naturally I was just like, oh, let me just like put a little bit of powder on. And then I was like, crap, I'm doing a first impressions right now. Hello. It stayed really well. I actually had a friend compliment. She sees me like every day, and she complimented my foundation. She was like, what foundation are you wearing? And I was like, thanks for noticing. I'm doing a first impression. So that like made me happy that somebody like noticed. And that's somebody who sees me every day. It's not like a random person like, oh, hey, what foundation? Again, I really did like how I was able to like spray this down my neck. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I kind of want to try this foundation one more day before I give my full opinion. And that is so weird. Like, I didn't even come on here and be like, this is what I'm going to do. I just now thought of that. It's so weird because at the beginning of this video, if you remember, I was like, I can tell if I like a foundation right away. And I feel like, yes, right now I want to say, yeah, go try this foundation. But I kind of want to try a little bit more of the spraying on my face. I feel like that worked out really well. So just to satisfy my own curiosity, I really think I'm going to try that for you tomorrow morning. And of course, it'll be a part of this video, so that's why this video is so long. But I'm curious. So I do like it right now. If you want to stop watching this video right now, I'm telling you, yes, I do like it. And I think that if you color match yourself properly, then I definitely think this foundation is worth trying out. Anyways, so I will see you guys tomorrow morning, and I am going to spray this foundation all over my face, complete the rest of my makeup, and I will let you know for sure. That will be the last part of this video. So as for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the morning. Okay guys, part 2 of this video. It is not the next morning as I said it would be. I did not have time, but I still wanted to complete this video and make sure that I showed you a demonstration of me spraying the foundation as it is intended to be used. So I'm going to try to do that right now. I do have a primer on already, and I have a brush this time ready as well for any blending that I might need to do. I think that this will make a better applicator than the Beauty Blender would because of how liquidy this is, and that probably should have been common sense on my part, but we're just gonna roll with it. And please excuse the background, we are doing some beautifying over here, and I didn't want to not film this video just because of that. I'm also going to be putting on this really beautiful hairnet. Not hairnet, shower cap. Get ready to see me in the most beautiful fashion you've seen me before. I am going to leave like a little bit of hair showing. Listen, I'm not an expert at this. I'm doing this just together with you because this is very new to me. So I am going to leave a little bit of my hairline showing, and we'll just like wipe off any product because I don't want to have like a line and then, you know, have to blend it. So I'm going to shake this up, and I'm just going to start kind of spraying in circular motions, go around. I'm not just going to go, I'm going to just see what this does. This is like so much darker than me. I kind of forgot it's been a couple days. But I will be spraying it down my neck as well. That was super fast, first of all. Like, that took no time at all. It basically gave me a full coverage, which I'm like, holy crap. It looks so dark, and I know I probably look so orange right now, but I did try to like spray some of it down my neck and chest, so it's not so crazy looking. This does not look like it needs hardly any blending. Like, I'm seeing some streakiness, like, because I didn't want to go too like on my eyes, but that will be covered up with under eye concealer. This just gave me full coverage, but it doesn't feel like there's hardly anything on my skin. Wow. I'm really surprised at how fast and how flawless it made my skin. Like, you guys saw the other day, I had some like discoloration here. I've been like picking at my skin because I'm psychotic, and I had like some down here and stuff that I was very like, this is not going to cover very well. Like, it's going to be so annoying to try to cover this. This was the easiest thing to cover. Like, I have full coverage, but the finish is not like a mask. I'm just going to finish the rest of my makeup, come on, and then I will conclude the video. Okay guys, so I just finished the rest of my makeup, and side note, I actually really like how it turned out. I have not ever done a look like this, but that is besides the point. The foundation, I'm very impressed with. Like, way more impressed with it today than I was the other day when I initially tried it, and I really think that spraying it all over your face gives you the best result. I have not tried the foundation like spraying it on a brush. I know that that can be a good way to apply it as well. Just using the can, spraying it directly on the brush, and then stippling it all over your face. That probably would work really well. I probably will try that one of these days, but I don't think I need to include it in this video. I really like this foundation. I think that it is so beautiful. It has a really nice like semi-matte finish, or demi-matte, which is exactly what it says. It does look like skin. I mean, I have highlighter on and stuff right now, so of course you're gonna look like more lively. The color is still really too dark for me. I was able to lighten it up a little bit with like some highlighting concealer and things like that. So I think being able to spray it down my neck and stuff like that, and my shoulders, and that is so convenient. I loved that I was able to just like spray. I did not even have to blend it down my neck. Like, it feels like I have nothing on my neck right now. It feels teeny tiny bit like tacky, but it does not feel like, oh my god, I'm wearing so much makeup on my neck. You know what I mean? It does not feel like that at all. I guess in closing, I really love this foundation. I don't know if this is appropriate or necessary. Maybe it's too excessive for an everyday wear, even though, hi. But if you're going to just be blending it with a flat top kabuki brush, I would not recommend a sponge, then I think absolutely you could wear this on a daily basis. So that is all for this first impression. I hope you guys enjoyed it and liked that I was able to try it a couple different ways. And I will leave a link for this foundation in the description bar. That is the end of this video. I really, again, hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you've already tried this foundation, let me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Thank you guys. Bye.